Chatty Caveman here along with Brian, and we're here getting ready to get into it. But first, I just want to say I hope everyone finds themselves safe, and whoever is okay, they see if they can find something to do for all the people that had a tragic week this week. Try to donate something or do something for somebody in need because they're going through it right now. Okay, so we're here to talk about last week's NFL results, and we're going to see next week's key matchups. But first, I like to get into a few things that I watched on TV this week. I caught up on Survivor, the new Survivor. It's good so far this season. I like the characters. I like some of them are real quirky.
I have so many things that I forgot where I watched it. I didn't even watch the full first episode, and I can't even find where it is.
Okay, so I'll tell you, it's on next day on one of the other streaming services, but I'll get back to it. I watch it on YouTube TV because they save everything for me. That's why I like that service. And then I started watching New Hell's Kitchen. I always love everything Gordon Ramsay, and especially when it's Mean Gordon Ramsay. Mean Gordon Ramsay yelling at all those new chefs is, yeah, I love it. I don't know why.
That's his
in
thing,
the kitchen,
right?
going crazy, telling it his crap. But I really want to talk about the new series, The Penguin. Okay, I don't know if you watched it yet. Okay, and I love seeing things without like seeing reviews or anybody telling me about it. Just trying to see it.
Well,
you and I share the same opinion on this, which is I don't want to know much about it until I go in. I just say it's worth a watch. That's what I like to say to people because so many times, even my kids or, me, I've done it in the past where you hype it up or you tell people it's terrible and then they're going in with a bias before they even get to see
Oh, yeah.
it. Okay. For example, the new Deadpool movie. Okay.
Oh, yeah. It was totally, to me, blown up to be this big, amazing thing. But that's a very common thing, expectations.
Okay. But I said to you it was worth a watch, and you didn't have to watch all the other things. So you could even watch that movie without watching all the other Marvel content. Now, you weren't going to get all the jokes. That's why people who had a lot, you saw it already. That's why people who had a lot of high opinions of it watch Marvel, and they're die-hard Marvel people.
Right.
But, as far as the Deadpool thing, that's one of those things. It's the same thing. People hyped it up so much, they said, oh my gosh, it's breaking all records. It's fantastic. Okay, it's good, but just tell me if it's worth a watch. Don't give me too much. Now, I watch almost everything Marvel because I've watched it with my kids since they were younger, and I like it. It's great eye candy. I like a lot of the characters, okay, and they have a pretty good track record, okay, except, of course, Morbius, She-Hulk, WandaVision, Madam Web, and there's a few others in there, okay?
All right, so those are shit.
Yeah, those I wouldn't watch. Those I'll tell people right now, don't watch. If you like Marvel, watch everything else, don't watch those. But this brings me to DC movies specifically, and DC TV shows. Okay, other than Batman, like the old one, like with Prince had the soundtrack, and it was,
Yeah, or Batman Begins was also great.
Right, but other than the old track of Batman before Batman Begins came out, there really was like Batman and Wonder Woman and Shazam, okay? And most of the other Marvel movies are really, really highly rated. Most of the other DC movies are meh at best. Like, they're, like, really not that great. I mean, if you think about it, Fantastic Four, Suicide Squad, they did it again, Suicide Squad, Blue Beetle, Black Adam, Flash, Aquaman, and the worst of them, in all honesty, was Wonder Woman 1984, which was absolutely terrible.
I still haven't seen that yet. It's notoriously bad.
Yes, very. Now, Christian Bale, Batman was really, really good. And I do like two series that DC put out. So I'm just going through DC real quick, okay? Pennyworth, okay?
Yeah.
I really thought it's worth a watch, okay? And Peacemaker, okay? Worth a watch. Two completely different series that DC did, but I think they have two different audiences to me, or in my case, I watch everything, so it's one audience. But I think that it's two different styles shows, but they're all good. But this new crop of the movies that DC has taken, and they decided to go in a darker direction, okay, noticeably darker direction, okay, from the first Joker with Joaquin Phoenix, which was definitely, have you seen that?
I just saw 2 days ago for the first time.
Definitely a darker series. I liked it. I enjoyed it. Well,
did he get the Oscar?
You know what? I don't remember.
Because there was an Oscar-worthy performance. The story was really good, and it wasn't a superhero-type movie at all.
Exactly.
Because he wasn't anything at the end of it.
Once again, villains, darker.
Yeah.
Dealing with the, and then going to that next, the Batman with Robin Pattinson from the Twilight series and stuff, which, I thought it wasn't going to work.
I didn't see any of them.
Okay, you got to see that one because that one, we'll just say it's worth a watch. Okay. Now the new Joker is coming out. It's coming out this week. Okay, which is I don't understand this whole thing. It's partially a musical.
No, it is a musical. I thought
I just don't know if they're trying not to get their audience to
I don't
go
know.
out with that way that they
Yeah.
represented it first, and they're kind of backtracking a little bit.
But that's
okay?
why I wanted to see the Joker. That's why, because I want to see this musical,
And I will
and I
see the
want to know
second
what's
one.
going
I
on.
will see it.
Yeah, great character.
So this brings me, okay, to the new HBO series. It's on HBO.
The
It's
Penguin.
called The Penguin, okay?
Right.
Now, there's only 2 episodes.
Right.
Okay? And I'm enjoying these. It's a fresh take so far, okay? But it's released once a week, okay? Which is like old school. It's once a week. So you got to wait. So most people, maybe you want to wait to see if there's a little bit more episodes in the bank before you can start it, okay? But this is nothing like Penguins of old, okay?
Okay.
It's-
You say okay a lot.
Okay.
Sorry.
No.
Bye. It's all right.
It's
Anyway.
it's a darker version of the Penguin, and Colin Farrell is unrecognizable.
Yeah, I know that.
I could go through a million actors before I would have guessed him. Usually you can see a little bit in their eyes or whatever, and the face, the
But
prosthetics.
wasn't he's been the Penguin, like, because I heard about.
He was the Penguin in the Batman. The Batman
Okay,
with Robert
that was-
Pattinson. That's what
okay.
they said.
Because
I don't remember him
I-
in that because it was hard
because
he
nobody
wasn't a
knew
character.
Nobody
meaning,
knew it was him.
I think it was
unless-
a prelude to the next movie
I
at the
understand.
very end.
So this is the show, because when I saw the show, I was like, oh, okay, but I didn't realize it was just a brand new thing.
Yes, so it plays more like a mob movie. And I hope it keeps it up, okay? Like other HBO series that get put out, I think this is quality. You could tell it's quality. They're putting money behind it, okay? It's like the world of DC meets The Sopranos in Gotham City. So I think it's worth a watch. It's only 2 episodes in. We're going to see what's going on with it. But once again, I think it's worth a watch. So if you want, you can comment and tell me what you're watching and see if you watch The Penguin and tell me if you like it.
I think I'm going to watch it because you said to watch it.
We're going to go back now to the NFL. We're going to go to week 4 results, okay? And we're going to start with Thursday's game. Thursday's game was one of our teasers,
Aha.
okay? It was Cowboys 20, the Giants 15. The
And-
Cowboys were favored by 4.5, and we covered without the tease. But we covered, okay? The Cowboys went into New York and MetLife, and they beat the Giants. I don't think that was a shock for many. They won by 5. They covered the spread outright. We didn't need them as a teaser, but we used it anyway in our teaser. Second game, the Bengals 34, the Panthers 24. Bengals finally won a game.
And you won that one.
That was our tease, okay?
Mhm.
That was minus 5.5. We didn't need that as a tease either. They covered, but we use it as a tease. 2 out of 3. Next game, your Saints against my Falcons. The Falcons pulled it out in the end. I did not expect the Falcons to pull it out. They did. They covered, okay? I picked the Falcons. You, I believe, picked the
I'm
Saints.
sure I picked the Saints.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I got that one right. That's one up on you right now, but we got it right with
But
the
wait,
spread.
I thought you were talking about teases. That wasn't your
No,
tease.
that wasn't a tease. No.
All right, so.
Okay, we're just going through all the games and then saying where we lost the tease. And I could tell you right now where we lost the tease is that horrible, pathetic, ugly, disgusting game where the Broncos
Mm-hmm.
played the Jets in the bad weather, and the Broncos beat the Jets 10-9. That was our tease. We lost it by 2 points
Yep.
because the Jets kicker could not kick a field goal at the end. It was a rain, shitty game, but Rodgers blew it. There were so many times. I don't know if it was his line.
I didn't see any of the game, but I've
It
heard
was
that he blew
absolutely awful. But at the end, your quarterback, who you say can bring you back from anywhere, brought him down the field and they missed a kick. Now, they did miss a kick, but they got the ball on the 50. They didn't bring it
But-
that far,
right.
but they only had to bring it like 20 yards and he missed the kick anyway. It's just one of those games where the Jets lose this way every time.
Mhm.
And they screwed our tees. That was it. If he made that field goal, we won the tees. We won money.
All right, but anyway.
Instead, $100 out. So, Jaguars 20, Texans 24. Okay, the Texans didn't cover by a half a point. I picked the Texans, lost the game by a half a point. The Jaguars are in trouble.
They are.
They
0
are
and
bad.
4.
Everything is iffy on that team, and they were a really solid team coming into the season that you thought would contend for the AFC South. They're just, I mean, to me, it's over for them. That's it. The season is going to be.
You think it's over for them? Man, they'll turn it around. Some teams do.
They're not going to turn around. There's
All right.
nothing positive going on that team. Everybody's talking about them that way.
I know
Okay.
you don't see it, but we'll see.
Well, right now they're talking about maybe breaking them apart and trading pieces off before the trade deadline. So that's how bad it is, and they
Oh.
do that for next season. To get draft picks and other things. All right.
All right.
The next game, Steelers went into Indianapolis. Steelers 24, the Colts 27.
That's right. The
An-
Colts.
Another ex-Jets quarterback comes in and wins the game. Mr. Joe Flacco.
Oh, Joe Flacco. That's
Yeah,
right.
Joe Flacco came in. Richardson got hurt on a play, went out for 2 or 3 plays, hurt his hip. He was on the ground in pain, came back in, and then got hurt again. This is their franchise quarterback. Flacco went down, scored a touchdown. He didn't light it up like crazy, but he moved the offense. They won, and they beat the Steelers. So the Steelers are no longer undefeated. The spread was -1.5. The Colts won. I didn't have them. I had the Steelers because I was just going with the fact that they're a winning team, and the Colts haven't been that great. Next game, Vikings 31, Packers 29.
And the Packers came back on this one.
The Packers came back.
Yeah.
The Vikings were up. They were up really easy.
Big.
It looked like it was going to be an easy game for them, and they let the Packers back in, which is interesting because the Packers showed something in that game. It was Jordan Love was back, okay? It was in Green Bay. I picked the Vikings. I did get that one correct, okay, because the Packers were -2.5, and the Vikings won the game outright, okay. Next game, I did not see this coming. The Rams 18, the Bears 24. Even though the Bears were favored by 2.5 points, I just didn't see it. I haven't seen the Bears put it together, that quarterback. They played okay. They moved the ball a little bit. They ran the ball a little bit. So
the rookie quarterback's doing pretty
the
good.
rookie quarterback is doing okay. He's in a tough division, though, because he's in the same division with the Vikings, the Packers, and the Lions. So they're going to be fighting the whole season to see if they could do anything. The shocker of the week to me is the egg that was laid by the Eagles against the Bucs. The Bucs won 33-16.
Yeah, that wasn't
The
even
Eagles
close.
weren't even in this game. They cannot do anything. I do not understand. There's so many people talking about the fact that this coach might be in trouble. This is a team that was in the Super Bowl a few years ago. This is a team that last year won so many games, and at the end of the season, shit the bed.
Yeah.
They were horrible.
They did
And
very bad.
They got knocked out of the playoffs, which I didn't put 2 and 2 together because I'm thinking they're a different team this year. Saquon, they're playing much better, but they got beat by the same Bucs team in the playoffs last year to knock them out. So they
And the
were
Bucs are
favored in
pretty
that
good,
game,
right?
but they were
So-
favored in that game by 2.5. The Bucs are a hot and cold team. I don't know what they are yet. It's so crazy. They look great one week and terrible the next. So
yeah, well, I mean, they seem to be looking better 3 out of 4 weeks.
I know it's just a weird thing. They're unpredictable. Okay, here we go. The next game.
What's the game?
The game that you picked, the Patriots 13 and the Niners 30. The spread was 10.5, and you said, "Go Patriots!"
Go.
Brian, you had that one. I got that right. I said if Vegas puts a big line on it, they're trying to make you bet on the underside. I said took the Niners 17. They covered easy. Okay, easy. The next game, I didn't have this one, and this team right now is in first place in the NFC North. The Commanders.
Yes.
42.
That's right.
The Cardinals, 14. The Cardinals were favored by 5. They lost bad. Now,
Right.
they've been playing
Good.
good.
They've been scoring and almost beat the Bills.
But the Commanders
almost,
are now
what?
sneaky, okay? They beat the Cardinals, but then they beat the Giants. You know, so, like, who are they
the
really?
Giants.
Right, so I'm saying,
Right.
who are they really playing? The Cardinals got to prove themselves a little bit, but they are in first place. Everybody's talking about this kid, Jaden Daniels. He's unbelievable what he's doing.
On the Commanders?
Yeah,
All right.
the quarterback on the Commanders.
How long's he been there?
This is his rookie year.
He
So-
didn't even have a year on the bench.
No, so this is it.
He's going all the way, baby. Come on, Washington.
So we'll see what happens with this guy. But
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, the Commanders, they got something going on. Their running back is from the Chargers, and you have the quarterback who's running. He's not afraid. He's kind of like Stroud from last year on Texas. He's not afraid. So we'll see what happens. All right. This game, they do it every time, no matter what. Even though the Chargers got a 10-point lead.
Oh,
The
did they?
Chiefs
They were
beat
up
the
10
Chargers.
nothing?
The Chiefs beat the Chargers 17-10. They lost Rice, their wide receiver, on a crazy play. Mahomes throws an interception. The guy's running down the sideline who picked him off for the Chargers. Mahomes goes in to try and tackle him at the same time that Rice goes in and punches out the ball. And Mahomes hits Rice. Rice got injured in the play. I don't know if he's out for the whole season, but he's out, okay? He's their best number one weapon right now. Kelsey has not been – I mean, he caught a lot of passes in that game. short passes, whatever. But he has not been lighting it up. Kelsey had more catches in that game, I think, that he has so far the whole season. All right, but Rice has been their go-to guy. He's getting it, and now if he's gone and Pacheco's out for a while, I still won't bet against the Chiefs. I still won't pick against them.
Right.
But they're winning games.
But he might be out for the season.
He might be out for the season. They're winning games that they shouldn't win. You give a 10-point lead to another team in your conference, and suddenly you win 17-10.
Well, I mean, it's just okay. Well,
So that was a push, and in some betting lines they did cover. Okay. The Browns 16, the Raiders 20. We got that one right. These two teams, I mean, it's just one of those games I didn't want to watch. I didn't want anything to do. You don't know anything about these teams. There's a lot of mismatches going on with teams of this caliber. If they go to play somebody else, they play good for a week, and then when they play horrible teams, they just get dragged down. It's one of those things like you think who's gonna show themselves,
right?
And when two bad teams play each other, you get no information. This game is the other game besides the Philly Bucks. This game is the other game that shocked.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even know this happened until just now.
The Bills 10.
Yeah.
The Ravens 35.
What night did this happen? This was
Sunday night.
Yeah, I've been out of it doing other shit.
Yeah, this game was out of hand. Right, the Bills. First
I
of all,
picked the Ravens. I think
you did. I picked the Bills, so you got back on me on this one. Listen to me.
Do you know the numbers of which? What?
Yeah, I do.
Okay,
I do.
Go ahead.
I got you by one this week.
Okay,
but here's the thing: the Bills didn't show.
Well, obviously,
right away.
Okay.
No, right away. Every time they had a chance to get back in the game, I mean, the first play from scrimmage, Henry runs one of the longest touchdowns he's ever run, especially for the Ravens. He just broke free and outran everybody. He's an older player. He's huge. And he outran everybody and scored a touchdown. First play of the game on offense for the Ravens. You're like, what? The Bills would come back. They had trouble. Josh Allen looked confused. This is the first time this season that he really looked confused.
Good. Let's get this shithead confused. I'm okay with that.
Wait till he plays the Jets.
He's not a shithead.
Wait till he plays the Jets.
Hey, maybe they'll get confused. Maybe the Jets will have a good week. That's what's so crazy about football.
It is.
You never
it's insane.
Freaking know.
That's why that ball is not round. Okay, so the Ravens were favored by 2.5. They covered easily. All right?
Yeah.
Okay, Monday night had two games. Monday night was a tragedy for me because 3 of my 4 teams were playing and 2 of them were playing each other. But Miami is bad. They are in trouble.
And Miami, because without the quarterback. It's all about the quarterback.
It literally seems to be all about this one quarterback, getting rid of your backups, worrying about the salary cap, not paying enough people. 2 offensive linemen, 1 defensive lineman got let go. 2 was healthy for all of last season. So this season they said, oh, we don't need to pay backups. We don't need to pick anybody else up. And they got nobody. It was, look, the Titans were favored by 1 in Miami. They won 31-12. 31-12. The Titans were not great. They were good enough. Now, who came in for them? Because Levis was terrible.
Who?
The guy who came in for him was Mason Rudolph, who's been bounced around in a lot of different places. And when he came in, now that he's looking like, okay, this team can actually do a couple of things. They can score. They can move. It's just a regular vanilla offense. But Miami had nothing. I think Tyreek Hill had 2 catches. 2 catches for like 3 or 5 yards. It was like single digits. It was nothing. They have so many offensive weapons on Miami. They couldn't do anything.
Yeah, that's sad.
I mean, they look like the Broncos who couldn't just move the ball. That Broncos-Jets game, I'm still going back to that because I'm pissed. The Broncos, okay, I think the stat was at halftime, I think it was 7 attempts for -7 yards. There was something terrible. Bo Nix was so bad, it was unregisterable what he was doing on offense. And they won the game.
Yeah, they did.
They won the game.
Wonderful.
Okay, the second game, which I kind of predicted, hopefully it was going to happen. Okay, I did get the Titans pick right. Seahawks, 29, the Lions, 42.
So what did you think about the Lions? How did they look?
The Lions looked really good. Goff had almost a record-setting night.
A lot of points.
And they scored a lot of points. They moved the ball well. They ran well when they did. They didn't make too many mistakes on defense. Seahawks looked really good. they do look like a really solid team. I'm not worried about the Seahawks. The Lions, I think they wore uniforms and helmets that they haven't worn in 50 years. They had black uniforms on with blue helmets and black lions. Never seen them before.
Did you like
I think
them?
they said, yeah. I think
You're
they
a fashion dude.
Well, for me, I know there's a crazy statistic that when a team changes the uniform at the beginning of the season, before
they
the
make
season
playoffs.
starts, I think it's like an 80 to 90% chance that they make the playoffs.
No, the Jets did that last year. It didn't work.
It didn't work, but they also lost their quarterback. So our teaser lost because the Jets, and I will never put the Jets in a teaser again. Ever, ever, ever.
Listen,
it's your Jets.
It's your fault. You picked the wrong team.
It is.
You're always
it's
100%. Anytime you lose, right? Anytime a lot of people lose, there's going to be reasons why, and you can be like, you know why they lost? Because this freaking play, and then that play, and then that. And you know why? That's right. Because that's how fucking people lose, and that's how people win.
That's why
it's
gambling
sucks. That's what
and
happens.
It's addictive because you're like, I got so close. I got so close.
There's always a reason.
I mean, it was raining the entire game. They said the rain was going to stop before the game. It rained the entire game. The guy missed the kick, sliding all over the field.
Shit happens.
I mean, how can you let the Broncos win? All right, we're going to get past week 4.
Yes, we are.
Okay, I'm done with week 4. We're going to move on to week 5. Positive energy. Okay,
right.
Thursday night game.
I knew who I'm. Oh shit, man! You know what?
Tampa Bay
at
the Atlanta Falcons on Thursday night, and Atlanta is favored by 2.
Atlanta is kind of on fire, right?
2
weeks in a row.
2. No, they lost to Kansas City the week before.
They just barely.
I know,
lost.
but they lost to Kansas City the week before. Then they won. So here's the thing: Tampa Bay is getting 2 points. I looked this up because I know this is a division game. And I looked up last year. And last year, both games were under a touchdown. Okay? I think it was 3 or 4 points. Both games. All right? They split. So what I'm doing is I'm teasing this game. Okay? This is my first teaser. And what I'm doing is I'm making Atlanta an 8-point favorite, giving the Bucs 8 points. I don't think Atlanta can beat the Bucs by 8 points. So I'm taking Tampa, okay, with the 8 points. That's my tease.
That's one of your teases.
It's one of my teases. Okay.
All right. I'm just gonna pick Tampa.
Okay.
I'll pick Tampa.
Okay.
All right.
All right. So next. All right. This game, I hate games in London. I hate them.
Yeah.
The teams are always thrown off. It's 9 o'clock in the morning, I think, or 9:30, and this is your team. The Jets,
against the freaking Vikings,
are going to London against the Vikings.
And I can't believe the spread's only 2.5.
The Vikings are favored by 2.5.
And that doesn't seem like it's enough.
And it's only because they're in London. Nobody knows what's going to happen. Jet lag, food, flights, families go with them. Sometimes when they take their families over on vacation, at the same time, I hate London games because I'm so confused by them. They're always doing media. Too much media. They're out there. The Jets don't need to do any media. Okay,
right.
They need to practice field goal kicks.
If I'm gonna try to beat you with my picks, right? I'm gonna go Minnesota Vikings, and I'm fine with losing it if the Jets happen to win. That's great. It's a win-win for me.
I'm going to Minnesota as well,
and I wouldn't tease that at all.
No, I wouldn't. London games I don't touch betting wise or anything else. They're just too. It's crazy. Okay, the Panthers are on the road. Going to the Bears. To me, this is a junk game. This is a game that's tough. This is a player prop game if you're going to bet it. The Bears are favored by 4. The Panthers are playing Andy Dalton. They were beaten last week by the Bengals in Carolina. Dalton got brought back to home, but he played okay.
Yeah, they lost by 10.
Yeah, so only lost by 10 at home, but
against a
team that's supposed to be a powerhouse. So my expectations here are on the road. Are the Bears anywhere near the competition that the Panthers have played so far with Andy Dalton? He went in and he beat the Raiders in the first game, and then this week came back to earth. Do I expect it to be a solid game, a running game? Defensively, I don't think the Panthers can contend. I think the Bears are top 5 or top 7 in defense. I got to go with the Bears here at home.
I'm picking the Bears too.
Okay.
Now, the next game is the Ravens and the Bengals. I think I might tease this.
The Ravens are favored by 2.5 in Cincinnati. This is a division rival. A lot of times these teams split every year between them and Pittsburgh and Cincinnati. They're always fighting for this division. This is a huge, huge, huge game for Cincinnati because they don't want to go down 4-1 in the division. I still don't see how they're going to beat the Ravens, but I expect it to be close. I really do expect it to be close. 2.5, I got to go with the Ravens, but this wouldn't surprise me only because now I think they cannot stop Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry is the X factor in this game, and if Derrick Henry gets going, they will not be able to touch Lamar Jackson.
Well, I believe what you're saying, even though I don't really know any of those people, but I'm going to say that the Ravens
MVP of the league, 2-time MVP of the league.
Yeah, I'm teasing this game, and I'm gonna make so that the Ravens are getting 3.5 points.
It would be 3 because actually 0 is a point.
3.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So that this is gonna be one of my teases because I think that the Ravens are gonna win, but if they don't win, I don't think they're gonna lose by much.
Okay. What's the next game on the computer that you got? Because
Miami versus New England.
Yeah, this to me is a junk game
that New England will win.
Okay, it's in New England. They haven't shown anything. Believe it or not, the Dolphins, who have done nothing for weeks, are favored by 1.
Right. This is my other tease. This is what
happens. You're going to tease every game, aren't you?
Why not? I mean, no, I see a tease here because I'm going like, yeah, the Patriots, man. The Patriots, I want them to win this game. We're going to make them a 6-point. They're going to get 6 now.
5. Or actually, it's 4.
It's 4 because 0 is 1.
1, 2, 3, 4.
That's right. 4.
So, whichever it is.
One of these days.
I'll double check and get it right for you.
All right.
Okay. So I'm picking, I know it's crazy. I'm picking the Dolphins only because the Dolphins can run. And I hope their defense shows up. So I'm hoping that they run on the Patriots. I'm picking the Dolphins in this game.
All right.
So that's one we got opposite. And I'm not teasing it.
Okay.
Okay. So
what do we got here?
Go
Looks
ahead.
like a tease.
Go ahead. What's your game?
No, I mean, I'm staying on the Commanders.
It's the Browns on the road for the Commanders, and the Commanders are favored by 3. Only 3 against the crap Browns. What are they telling you? Is it a rookie quarterback thing? They're not supposed to win 3 games in a row thing for rookie quarterbacks. There's a whole bunch of statistics that are going against the Commanders, which is crazy. So this is my number 3 tease.
Okay.
This is the game where I'm going to take the tease. I'm going to take the Commanders, and I'm going to make them
getting 2 or 1.5.
Yeah, and if they just win the game, I'm fine. If they lose by 1, I don't see the Browns putting a lot up against them. I think the Commanders have a lot clicking. I think they're dangerous. I think they're confident. I think they're going home. I think the rookie quarterback is building confidence. I think the wide receiver on that team, no matter who the crappy quarterback is, McLaurin, I don't even know how to pronounce the name right because every announcer pronounces it different. McLaurin.
Okay.
That wide receiver plays well as long as you throw the ball his way. If they can throw the ball his way, he's going to play good.
All right.
So I'm just going with the Commanders. Okay. Next game you have?
Next is Indy Jacksonville.
Oh, God. This is another junk game.
Indianapolis is getting 3.
And Flacco is the quarterback.
Flacco is going to be the quarterback?
As far as I've heard up until now, he got hurt last week. They're going to sit him. They're going to rest him.
If he is the quarterback, this might be my other tease, and we're going to get Indianapolis is going to be getting 9 because that's 3 points spread there.
So if it's 3 there, I got 2.5 is 3. Okay. So it's 9. Okay. So you got them winning the game.
I have them winning the game.
So if they're winning the game, you don't have to worry about it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Your next game should be
Buffalo Bills at the Houston Texans.
Now this game is one of my games that I will watch this week if I could find it. This is one of those games. Okay. The Bills, after last week's Sunday night embarrassment, they're on the road again going to Texas.
A lot of pressure, man, because if they shit the bed 2 weeks in a row, everyone's going like, what in the world?
So think about it. The Texans have a winning record. The Bills have a winning record. This is a big step for the rest of the season. Now, I don't know if the Texans running back is healthy or not, but even if he is, I still think the Bills are going to learn from last week. They're not going to let it get out of hand right away. They're not facing Derrick Henry. They're not facing Lamar Jackson. Stroud has a lot of weapons in all positions except for running back. They don't do well against the run. If the Bills can run the ball and control that, then Allen will have a much easier day, and I think the Bills will pull it out. So I'm going with the Bills, even though the Texans are favored by 1.
No, I'm going Bills too.
So I think this is a bounce-back game for them. I don't think it's a question.
Well, see.
I'm not teasing it, though.
No. And I've already done my 3 teases. I'm done. I'm not getting
you did already?
You
saw them right away? You're like,
done.
okay, you didn't look at
anything. As soon as
they
came up, I even went past with all the other games. None of the other games I would tease.
All right.
So
I still got my 1 tease left for the three-game teaser. Go ahead.
All right, that's fine. So, sorry. So we are Las Vegas Raiders at the Denver Broncos?
Yes. This is another junk game to me.
Yeah,
okay.
Exactly.
It is a division game, though. Okay,
the
Broncos won last week.
Yeah, they did.
In the Jets.
Assholes.
Do they feel confident with the worst statistical win you could ever possibly imagine? Maybe. Bo Nix scored a touchdown. Finally, I don't know. This game to me, there's nothing. There's literally nothing here. I'm only going with Denver because they're home.
Yep,
and it's minus 2.5.
Right.
The Raiders are confusing right now. They're kind of all over the place, and their wide receiver said that he wants to be traded. Okay, the number 1 wide receiver, Adams. So if he's the one on the commercials and everything else. So if he wants to leave, that's a morale breaker right there. So and they're going out on the road in a division game. I think the Broncos defensively, hopefully they hold them in place. And, a mile high with the air is. I'm just hoping that the Broncos.
Thing where,
I'm hoping that the Broncos take this one.
Because I believe you when you say that is a factor.
So it is a huge factor.
I'm going to go with Denver on that one as well.
There's been players in the past that cannot travel with the team because there's restrictions that will cause chaos with their health. The next game?
Yeah, next game is Cardinals at the 49ers, and I have no faith in either of these teams now.
Okay.
Right? Because, the 49ers have been doing crappy. What'd they do last week?
They won 30 to...
They did.
They beat the Patriots up.
Yeah, but it's the Patriots.
But it's the Patriots. But it was in San Francisco. They're getting healthy again.
The Cardinals got their asses beaten, but
they did
competed against other good teams.
Mm-hmm. This is a division rival again. It's Arizona, okay, on the road against another division rival in the 49ers. The 49ers want to keep pace. The spread for you, I have 7.5.
That's what I have.
Okay, so this is my 3rd tease.
It is. So, yeah.
I'm taking the Niners.
You're taking the Niners,
and I'm taking 1.5 for the Niners, and that's it. So if the Niners win by a field goal, and we cover.
All right.
Okay, next game.
Packers at the Rams. Packers are giving 3 to the Rams.
Mm-hmm. I don't know how the Rams were so bad last week, but this game, the Packers, to me, honestly, this game is closer to that 3.5 spread. It's a 50-50 game. If the Rams come out and play the way they can in SoFi, I think that the Packers, after a loss, going out on a road, okay, I think this could be a shocker. I think the Rams could take this one.
At the Rams, I think they could too, but Love is back, like you said, right? And he did kind of ramp back and almost come back against the Vikings last time. So I don't know. I'm gonna go with. Damn! If this was
hard.
A tease, man, then the freaking Packers.
Oh, you're
gonna
go with a 4-game tease?
Just so I can pick the damn game. Wait, so when we make it a tease, when we pick the tease, that gives us a win for that week, even though we're giving.
Oh yeah, because I would pick the game. Yeah, absolutely.
Right? So this is like kind of a.
But you got to go with 4. But then you lose the tease.
Then
we want to try and win a tease,
or I win a 4-game tease, which could be what now you're chasing for the entire season.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm not doing it, but
okay.
Because I kind of want the Rams to win.
I do want the Rams to win. The injuries are still a question everywhere. I think the Packers are a better team. I'm just going with the fact that they're on the road. They lost a division game. This is still in the NFC. The Rams are still capable of putting up some numbers, and they have a good running game. We'll see. I'm going with the Rams.
I'm going with the Packers, and it's going to be my 4th tease.
Oh,
and the Packers are getting 3. They're getting 2.
All right. So I got the Cowboys. This next game, Sunday night.
All right. You have the Cowboys at the Steelers.
At the Steelers.
Right.
The Cowboys, they lost against the power teams. Are the Steelers a power team? The Cowboys beat the Giants.
Right.
But they lost to New Orleans.
Right.
Who did they beat the first week? It was was an unimpressive win. I think they beat the Browns.
Right.
So they need a win.
They very much so.
But the Steelers, they lost to the Colts. They lost to Joe Flacco. Do I trust Tomlin more than I trust the fact that the Cowboys have more talent, obviously more talent than the Steelers? Okay?
When you're playing in
Pittsburgh,
that's
on
a big
Sunday
factor.
night.
Big factor.
Yes, huge. So who do you trust?
I would go Cowboys just because they are a better team and they're getting points.
I'm going Cowboys in a close game. Steelers always scare me.
I'll do a 5th tease and the Cowboys. Cowboys are getting.
It's so easy with the tease. Just move it. You get it wrong anyway. It's like, yeah, the Jets. Oh, I give 6 points.
I'm unofficially doing the 5th tease on this game because the Dallas Cowboys. Listen to me, because I will say if the Dallas Cowboys are getting
did you see Monday night's game?
What?
Wait till you have a 6-game teaser.
8.5. No, this game I wouldn't touch.
Okay. There you
I
go.
would not touch that game because honestly, Kansas City's fucking due for a loss.
Okay,
man.
so hold on a second.
Sorry,
so you're
go
taking
ahead.
the Cowboys in a tease?
Listen, I'm not. It's my unofficial 5th tease.
Unofficial 5th
yes,
tease.
we got it.
So it's officially 4, and it's only officially a 5 team
it's
if he
officially
wins.
4. The 5th one is a for fun, but not really. But if it wins, I'm gonna claim it as man. I almost got 5.
Okay, here we go. The last game of the week. The Chiefs keep winning. Drive me crazy.
They're due
keep
for a
winning.
loss.
Saints on the road.
Right.
In Kansas City on Monday Night Football. So far, I will say this. Mahomes has not had a good game this season yet.
Which means
not
he's
one.
due. He
is so
actually.
freaking due. And this Chiefs are favored by 5.5 on Monday night. This
That's
game
not a lot of
is
points
really,
at all.
really, this game, it's so close because the Saints have so many X factors in this. They have so many weapons, and Kansas City hasn't looked good defensively, and the Saints have a pretty good defense, and Mahomes tends to get picked off, all the time. This season, anyway. So you tell me, really, do you expect New Orleans, after what they did last week and losing the game at the end on the road to Atlanta, they lost the game in Atlanta on the road. Are they going to go back on the road again and do a better job against Kansas City?
Hey, listen, I don't know why.
Non-division rival. They're not used to it. It's an AFC, NFC matchup. They don't play each other only once every 4 years, I think it is. So...
Oh, I didn't realize that.
That's how the division works. You play twice in your division, and then you pick an outside of your division once every 4 years. That's how you cover all the teams. It rotates. So this is not a common game for them.
Right, which means that it can go both ways in this, right?
Yeah, I know.
I'm
picking the Chiefs only because Mahomes hasn't done anything yet, and I can't pick against them yet because
I know
it's crazy.
They're due for a loss. I could do a 6th tease.
That's great. 6 tees. He hasn't done one.
11.5?
This is what it is. He hasn't done one all season yet on this
Month.
this whole
11,
thing. But
he
decided to make up for it by doing a 12-game tease.
I think the Saints. I didn't think I wanted any of these games, but now I'm thinking the Saints could do it by the 11.5. I think they could do it with 11.5 points.
Okay. Mahomes has beat people by 20 easily.
I know. It's unofficially my 6th. It's not. It's not. But if I were to, I could. Yeah,
listen,
I could
you got
pick
6
everyone.
right now. How about
No,
this?
I've got
how about,
4.
Okay, you got 4 right now.
But 2
but you
that
have
I would
you have 2 alternates. So how about this? Before Sunday's game, put out your official 4.
My official 4 is done.
Okay.
I think.
Okay.
Shit.
That's what I mean.
We'll see.
Here's the thing.
If I don't get to you, it's the first 4.
It's the first 4. If you don't put it out. No, not with me. Put
No.
it out. Put it out on the comments.
In the comments.
Just put it on everybody. Just say, officially, I'm changing my tees. And that's it. This way you'd have it on record.
Oh, okay.
So there's 4 teams that will bye this week. The Lions after victory, the Titans after victory, the Chargers after an embarrassment, and the Eagles who need the bye because they got to come back. Okay? So I will say this.
Buys.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So my teaser is officially only a 3-game teaser. I wanted to do 4 or 5 too because I'm like, there's lines here, whatever. But I'm just keeping it simple because now I'm gun shy after last week's stupid Jet game.
Oh, come on
okay?
now.
Because I wanted to win money.
The Jets could have very well lost that game by freaking 20.
Well, I was 9-7 last week because of the Jets. So anyway, Tampa Bay is +8 over the Falcons in Atlanta. That's mine. The Commanders are +2 over the Browns in Washington. And the last one is the Niners -1.5 over the Cardinals in San Francisco. That's my official tease.
Okay, so you did say them along the way, though, right?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, fine. I'm not doing mine again. I don't remember them. But...
No, it's okay. I'll have to listen and write them down for you.
Don't worry. No, it's okay.
I think we've been long enough.